On 96.5, it's Jess with you. Well, I am in a bit of awe about my next guest. He has quite the resume. Singer-songwriter, Australian Idol winner, ARIA Award recipient, radio announcer, novelist, chemist, and all with one of the most beautiful accents I have ever heard. And on top of that, he is now bringing a new show to Brisbane, Roy Orbison orchestrated. Damien, Leith, what a joy it is to have you in the 96.5 studio.
Wow, I think I need to leave now. That intro was, we can't get better than that. We peaked, that's it.
Well, I think we can, because I've noticed that you've brought a guitar into the studio.
I have got the guitar, so if we decide at some point a song is needed, I'm happy to jump on there and give it a blast.
I think a song will be needed, and we will get to that in a little while, Damien. But firstly, great to have you in Brisbane.
Yeah.
How long are you up here for? What have you been up to?
It's a flying visit. I arrived last night, got in very, very late, and I've got a flight this afternoon. So straight in, straight to work, roaming the streets. I've been to QPAC. I was checking out the venue, meeting all the crew that are involved in the show. That's really what the idea of the trip was. And of course, to pop in and see you guys.
Oh, of course.
That's it. That's the whole aim of the trip, just to pop by and say hi.
Okay, I can see your face really lights up when you're talking about Brisbane. Yeah, I know that you really like it here.
I do.
Would you ever consider moving your radio game up here and being my drive co-host?
Oh, look at you. Gee, you're putting it on the line. I tell you what, how well does it pay?
We'll talk about this later.
Yeah.
But send in your resume, I may consider you.
Oh, so you're on the look at the moment. Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, no, it'd just be fun.
Yeah, well, okay, I like your style. Gee, on the spot, on the air, no messing around.
Oh, no, no.
Hey.
All right, so let's talk about Roy Orbison orchestrated.
Yep.
How would you describe this show?
You know what? Okay, so for anyone who's a fan of Roy Orbison, he spanned generations, amazing songs, Pretty Woman, You Got It, the Traveling Wilburys, Crying, a whole bunch of songs. But this particular show, I've done his music quite a few times over the years, but I've never done it with an orchestra. So this time around, I've got 35 people on stage with me. So it's the biggest show I've ever done. I've never done a show this big. 28-piece orchestra, the full band, backing singers, everything.
Wow.
It's like the ultimate celebration of Roy Orbison. That's it.
Wow.
In a nutshell, I think.
In a nutshell. Okay, I want to dig deeper into this because, as you mentioned, you've done some of his music over the years. In fact, back in 2011, you released an album, sort of a tribute album to Roy Orbison.
Yeah.
Tell me about your connection to his music and how you went from making that album to doing this show all these years later.
Well, the album itself it came about because I did Crime when I was on Australian Idol. And Barbara Orbison, his wife, heard that. And she got in touch. I actually, if I'm being totally honest, I thought the network was lying. I thought this was a spin for the TV. They said, Barbara had heard me performing it. And I thought, that's a sales pitch. But it turns out she did hear it. And then she got in touch about 3 years later and asked me to come over to Nashville and record an album of Roy Orbison songs for his birthday. What would have been his 75th birthday.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was honoured. I was over the moon with that. I went over. An amazing experience. And since then, that whole Roy Orbison world has just got bigger and bigger and bigger for me. I've toured shows and I've worked with people associated with him, and it's got kind of bigger and bigger as time's gone on, and lo and behold, now here we are doing a full orchestra show.
Wow, what a compliment to you, from Barbara Orbison. That's so good, and what a journey it's become.
It was amazing. It really shocked me when I went over there and working with those people associated with him. It was surreal. It was nerve-wracking as well.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. It was, sitting in a room with people who knew him really well, and I'm going, I think we should do Pretty Woman this way. It was strange trying to approach stuff like that with people who loved his music and knew it so well. But they were awesome. They were really, really good to deal with.
I'm really interested, Damien, in your approach to bringing Roy Orbison's music to life. Do you try to strike any kind of balance between embodying him and still making the performances your own, or is that not even something you think about? How do you go about it?
I really just try to make it my show. And that has been totally honest. I'm very true to the songs. So structure, I haven't massively changed any structure of a song. So for anyone who's a massive fan, they'll come along and they'll hear the songs that that they've grown up with or that have memories for them. But I definitely add my own spin. I don't try to copy him or look like him or even sound like him. I just be myself. I tell stories. I joke around a lot.
Yes.
Lots of things that Roy would never have done. I mean, he never talked on stage at all.
Yeah.
He never said words. So so it is very much Damien Leith celebrating a hero. That's really all. That's what the show is.
Yep. Okay. No dark glasses. No dark hair dye. None of that.
No. Well, dark hair dye. I could.
Ooh, actually.
I could do with some dark hair now. Right now, there's a lot of old greys sneaking in at the moment. I got to tell you. So maybe that's the next step.
All right. Okay. Well, of all the Roy Orbison songs you've performed over the years, do you have a favourite?
Yeah, I do. In Dreams is probably my favourite. Mainly because it makes me think of a lot of things. Every time I hear In Dreams, it makes me think of my family back in Ireland and just moments of my own life. So there's something about that song that always just seems to, spark something in me. I mean, it's probably not his most well-known song. You know, Crying and Pretty Woman and all that, they're amazing songs. But yeah, In Dreams takes me right back to Milltown, which was a town I lived in Ireland, a little country village. Takes me back to there. Takes me back to kind of Christmas Eve and singing, in the living room with my family. That kind of vibe. And straight away, it always brings me back to there. So so it's an emotional one for me.
Sure. And which song would you say the crowds tend to love the most at your shows?
There's key ones. There's You Got It. Old Pretty Woman. Crying is massive. Crying, I would say, is the most important song all night. You would think it would be Old Pretty Woman, but Crying is the one that people seem to, if they're going to stand up at all, it'll be for Crying.
Really?
I reckon.
Why do you think that is? Is it any kind of nostalgia, do you think, because you performed it on Idol all of those years ago, or just the emotion behind it?
I think it's a combination of all those things and just how amazing I do it.
Oh, well.
Oh, no. Who said that? Gee.
Humble pie.
Oh, wow. Wow, where's the modesty, guy? No, it's a beautifully written song.
Yeah.
That's actually what it comes down to. The guys who wrote it, Roy and Joe Melson, it's so well, like it's got this, it's just a gradual build to this humongous chorus at the end. So the whole way through the song you're being taken on a journey. So you got no choice but to applaud this song. Even when someone sings it badly, it's still a good song. It really is.
All right, well, you'll be able to take people on a journey at QPAC, but we're going to come back in a second and hear a song with that guitar. It's staring at me. I want to see you use it.
All right, sounds like a plan. I'm ready.
Great.